Hey guys, and welcome to the Quantum Lens podcast, where we take a look at all things in life from a quantum lens. I'm your host, Oksana Hansen, and thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to be my first podcast, my solo podcast, where I'm going to talk about my process and why I started this podcast and kind of what my mission is with it. Almost 60 years ago, I was diagnosed with melanoma, and it was a huge wake up call for me in a lot of different ways, but mostly in and around when it comes to being a health advocate, not only for ourselves, but for our loved ones as well. And in my own personal journey, I was able to find the courage to be empowered to go research and make my own decisions around my diagnosis and my health and the treatment options. And today I feel really, really passionate about helping others do the same thing and just knowing that your body is actually meant to heal. God doesn't make any mistakes. Your body knows exactly what to do. Finding quantum biology was the best thing that's ever happened to me because it was for the first time that I've ever felt that our body has everything that it needs, and we just need to give it what it needs to heal. We need to give it the right light environment. We need to let it know where we're at in space and time and on this earth, using the earth's magnetism that's coming from it, using the seasons. So is it cold outside? Is it warm outside? Our body is so intelligent, and our ancestors, they have lived forever and ever in an outdoor environment. And it wasn't until a couple hundred years ago that we're like, hey, let's build these houses with electricity and with artificial lights. I would say is like the decline of when all these health issues started to happen. Prior to that, and prior to our actual medical system, a lot of these things didn't exist. And for me specifically, it was melanoma, skin cancer. And I had a spot on my back removed when I was 12 years old. So from then on, I saw a dermatologist 2 times a year, every single year for the rest of my life. It was kind of a huge surprise for me when I got diagnosed with melanoma. I was confused. I was like, I don't understand. I did everything that the dermatologist told me to do. Wear sunglasses because I have light colored eyes. How many of you guys have heard of that? Wear sunblock. All these things that we now know through this kind of marriage of quantum physics with the biology, these things are not true. And if you look at some of the studies behind the stories of, for instance, sunblock, which is a $16 billion industry, their funding research is all based off of testing albino white mice that are nocturnal, meaning that these mice would never see the sun in their normal environment, using something called an arc lamp that looks nothing like the sunlight or the full spectrum lights that you would get outside with the natural sun. But when you start looking at the data of the justification for these huge industries like sunblock, then you can follow the money. For instance, after my own personal diagnosis, there was a recall on the market of the sunblock ingredient called oxybenzone. There's a huge worldwide recall of this product, and it was found that it caused cancer. And again, by lathering up this cancerous stuff on my skin, by blocking the sun's natural erythema effect, which is that reddening of your skin that's warning you to get out of the sun, building on the sunlight safely, meaning watching the sunrise sun, getting UVA light to start all my hormonal processes, including the internal sunblock that my body has this natural ability to do, and then safely building up UVB light, which is that strong kind of light that helps you build the melanin in your skin or the tan, and doing these in a safe manner Now I know that the sun gives life to everything on earth. If you are blocking the sun, you are literally preventing life. And if you are living under harsh artificial LED lights, think about what that's communicating to your body and to your cells. I love to use this example because if you were to go outside, for instance, and you saw the sun flickering, what would you do? You would be pretty stressed out, wouldn't you? Because you would think the sun is going out. And you know that within seconds, minutes, or hours of the sun going out, there's zero life on Earth. It's too cold. We would not survive the sun going out. LED lights flicker hundreds of times in a minute, and that's how they're energy efficient. And so the government is outlawing incandescent light bulbs to replace them with energy efficient LED bulbs. And yet, what we're doing is we have these stressful lights that are flickering, and our body, it's creating just mass chaos. It's creating a lot of stress. One thing that I love to tell people is go ahead and take your iPhone out, put your camera in slow-mo, and take a video of just any lamp that you have, your LED lamp, your lights, and play that video and see how much flicker there actually is. It's insane. How did we get here? When I came across quantum biology, it was the first thing that ever made sense to me of going back to our ancestral ways. Yes, you can say light and water and magnetism and all those things, but really what it goes back to is what I would say universal truths. And those are things that we just know to be true, inevitably true. And living outside, spending time outside in nature, bathing in moving waters, drinking from natural springs. Those are all things our ancestors didn't think. We are so far removed with the conveniences of our modern day lifestyle from how our ancestors lived that our biology really can't keep up with it. And am I super grateful for the technology? Yes. Am I super grateful for our hospital system in the event that there's some kind of acute emergency? Yes. If I had it my way and I wanted to prevent disease or reverse it and it wasn't an acute situation, I would use a holistic approach, an integrative approach if need be, again, for those acute situations. But how can we go back to giving our body that peace, that rest and digest mode, so it can naturally do the things that it's meant to do? That is really what I love to talk about. I love to talk about quantum health, that it's not only your physical body, but your emotional body, your spiritual body, and all those things that make up you and having in this human experience on this earth. I want to applaud you for following this podcast and thank you greatly. I cannot wait to share some spectacular knowledge and really just give you ammo to go do your own research. At the end of the day, I'm not looking for validation on the things that I bring to your attention. But one thing I do know about the quantum realm is once it's in your purview, it's going to be there. You're going to start noticing it there. Do your own research, connect with people, have the conversations, because at the end of the day, we are beings, we are creators. We love information and to create. I love the fact that you are open to alternative healing methods and listening to other theories and just hearing other people's health journeys as well. We could all use some healing. We live in an environment that is so overridden with toxins, with radiation that we're getting from Wi-Fi and other devices, the Bluetooth that's in everyday homes now. How can we still live in this modern world and yet still live an ancestral lifestyle. I am so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for following this journey. And I'm going to end every podcast with one final question, and that is, what does love mean to you? To me, love is being able to show up authentically yourself with authenticity and integrity, and being loved for that. Being safe and being free to be who you are, and just know that you can still receive love. So you're not pretending to be anyone. It's not a facade. You are showing up as yourself and really opening up yourself to that true love, that once in a lifetime true love of being who you are and not hiding any parts of you. That is what love means to me. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know how you feel about that too. Okay, y'all. Well, thanks so much for tuning in this week, and I'm excited to share this journey with you. Thanks.